Welcome to Stitches and Sundries. This is a Flosstube. My name is Lauren, and I talk about cross stitch and stitchy goodness. And you can follow me on Instagram at Lauren Up Stitching, which I haven't been posting too much lately. I'm a little late getting this podcast recorded. We had kind of a crappy July. I unfortunately lost my little cat, Dusty, who, if you follow me on Instagram, I posted pictures of her semi-regularly. I try not to put personal stuff on my Instagram too much. But it was really hard, and I'm not going to talk about it too much because I will bawl my eyes out. I am still a mess about it. So yeah, I'm already getting sniffly, so we're going to stop that. So that was really rough. We've also been dealing with some family stuff that's just taking up a lot of time. So, you know, you're like, I'll get to that next weekend and next weekend. And so, but we're here. We did it. I've been stitching a lot. I've been stitching a heck of a lot. Like, hang on. I'll show you my bag. Oh, this is what I transport everything down into my basement in. It is so full of stuff. So, I've been doing a lot. That was heavy. It's heavy and I'm out of shape. If I was ever in shape. Okay. There's a drink. So, I'm Lauren. If you're new here, it is wonderful to have you. If you've been with me for a long time, I'm so glad you're sticking with me in all my craziness. I am a stitcher I stitch a lot of different stuff. I like to think I do a good variety of stuff. I love Halloween. It's getting into spooky season and I am ready. So I am finishing up some projects so I can make more room for spooky projects. I pre-ordered and it is in the Witchy Stitcher, Meg Black's new book. It's in at the bookstore. I just need to go get the darn thing. I'm ready. I'm ready for fall. It's already started to cool down a little bit here. Not enough, but soon. Actually, I'm looking at my face in the camera. I look a wreck, but yesterday was a family picnic, and I feel like I got some sun on my pale, witchy body. So, I'm looking a little red in the face. That could just be me. But anyway, let's talk cross stitch. That's what we're here for. We're here for the cross stitch. We're not here for sad news or we're here for spooky news. But this bag is chock full of stuff. So I have 4 fully finished objects. I have another finish that's not finished yet. Not fully finished yet. A bunch of whips and I think 2 new starts. So I've been keeping busy. I've got my notebook here. And last time I was so concerned about bumping the camera, and technology is amazing and it didn't bother it at all. So I'm just going to assume nothing is shaking as I play around on the desk. All right, let's start with finished objects. Oh my gosh, it's stuck. Don't fight me. My first finish. Let's see if I can get the whole room reflected again. I hate finishing in glass. I should take it out just for filming purposes, but I'm too lazy. My first finish is Reliquary by Night Spirit Studio. I found this frame at a thrift store. Command stripped backs. I found this frame at a thrift store and it had like a ballerina print in it and it was white and gold. And so, the filigree around the edge was all chipped. And my sister, my beautiful, brilliant, talented, artistic sister was like, that's a pretty abstract edge. I'll just sculpt it. Like, it's not anything in enough detail that you would notice. And she did. And you tell me where she sculpted. There's 3 places. You couldn't. It's perfect. She painted it. She did. It's a beautiful finish. So this is finished. It is on the wall in my hallway with, I have a bunch of other like monochrome black and gray and white pieces, and it's all together now and it looks so good. Try not to get the whole freaking room. It is beautiful. This like weird filigree frame. It fits this fabric perfectly. I love that you can still see the blooms and streaks of color in this like very minimally dyed fabric. It turned out beautiful. Super happy. I've had this done for a couple of months now. I've just been meaning to get into frames and meaning to get into frames, but I was looking for the right frame. And then I found this one and it's perfect. So that is my first finish. I'm just going to tuck it back down in here. I like having my bag up here. Usually I leave it on the floor, but then I have to like get off screen. And this way I can just keep talking. I can keep yakking. All right. So that's finish number 1. Finish number 2. This was the beast to finish. This was an absolute beast to finish. But man, did it turn out good. Oh, there's a little bit of a ripple there. I'm not going to worry about it. Look at me. I'm so worried about it. Look at me, not worrying about it. This is Cemetery Gate by Martha's Garden Crafts, I think. Let me double check. And this is not shaking the camera at all. Yep, Martha's Garden on Etsy. It is a very cute piece. I finished it in this like wooden tray, dish, whatever you would call it. So you can't access the back. And I put it on a padded circle. So I had a circle of cardboard and then I padded it up with felt to get this like domed look. Unfortunately, I did not cut a perfect circle. Man, that corner is going to bother me. I'm going to smooth that out. I'm going to smooth that out now that I can see it in the camera. I didn't cut a perfect circle. It's fine. Not a big deal. Except it was, once I put the fabric on it, it would not pop in. And so getting it to get in, you want it to be fitted enough that it sticks and also that it fills the circle, but not so fitted that when you're pushing it in, you're like wrinkling your fabric all up and your fabric's like bubbling. And as you can see, I struggled with that a little bit. That I think is because that's where the circle is not perfect. There's a little lump that's missing there, but I can fix that. I can fix that. But yeah, it looks so good. It looks great in this white frame. I think the like rustic look of it fits really well. I picked this up at a local, it's not even a decor shop. Like they sell primitive stuff. They had a sidewalk sale where everything was like $2 and I picked this up there. So I think it looks fantastic. I've been waiting for something circular that would just like fit it. And I think the black fabric works perfectly. So this was my hardest finish. I've never done one of these before where you like, you know, finish it in a tray like this. And I really like how it turned out. Once I fix that corner, which is now killing me. Truly. Set you over here. All right. 2 finishes. Third finish. I think maybe I hadn't even, maybe the last time I recorded, I might not have even finished the stitching on this. So like, right? I'm doing so good. All right. This one I've have done forever and I've just like been meaning to get it done. And this is Monstera by, actually it's called Monstrously Delicious by Curio Cabinet Crafts. And I freaking love her little smalls. They are so cute. I love how 60s this is. I just love it. It is so cool. I finished it in this awesome little hexagonal hoop. No, octagonal. Yeah, octagonal hoop. And I think it just works perfectly. I'm noticing it's pulled. Man, the camera just shows everything that you don't notice. When you're like, I've looked at this 100 times, you suddenly look at it through a camera lens. Like, I can see this is pulled just a little bit this way. I think that is fixable. So I'll get that fixed up. This is a gift for my cousin who loves Monstera plants specifically. So when I saw this as a small, I was just like, I grabbed it and I just stitched it for him. So I hope he enjoys this. I finished the back with just some cool printed leaf pattern in the same kind of golds and greens. Just some scrap I had. And very simple little finish, but it looks great. So I'll gift that to him. I just saw him at the family picnic, but I literally finished it that afternoon, so I did not have it for him. So it'll be another like 2 years before he gets it. Nah, I'll see him before that. All right. Last fully finished object is, oh, stop fighting me. Oh, it's got domed glass. It's actually, I think, plastic. This is Tea Party by Mama Witch XStitch, and this little possum's having a tea party. It's so cute. I stitched this on 18 count fabric, and so it fit this, I think it is a 8-inch circle frame. This actually used to have a clock in it. That's why it's domed. I found it at a thrift store, which almost all my frames are thrift store finds. I very rarely buy brand new frames because they're expensive and I'm cheap. So I find solutions. Oh, I will show you the best present. I'll show you the best present here in 2 seconds. So there, they are done. They are so cute. I love them in this octagonal frame with the circular center. It is going up on my wall for fall this year. I love that. The back is kind of like shittily finished with the clock piece. But you needed to use this clock piece because of the way it fit together. So I couldn't put a different backing on it. But if I decide, my sister was like, oh, nobody will ever see that. But I am thinking about submitting this for the county fair next year. I wanted to do this year, but July was just too hectic. I couldn't get my crap together to go sign up and submit. But I love doing this county fair. It's just fun to see what other people are working on. And then my good friend does photography. So we take a day and we go see so we submit together and then we go see what we won together and walk through, and both are like, oh, obviously you were the first place. And then sometimes you're like, okay, obviously you were the second place because this person is so amazing. You know, you get to, but everybody else, absolute shit. And we get to talk shit about it. And it's fun. So I really missed doing that this year, but we just couldn't make it happen. And he is planning a wedding. So like he couldn't make it happen. We couldn't make anything happen. So anyway, I freaking love these two little possums. And my sister was like, and who's this a gift for? And I was like, no, this is for us. This is for me. It's for our wall. And she's like, yes. Because I feel like I've been doing a lot of gift stitching lately. Even though I really haven't. I guess she feels that I'm giving all the stitching away. All right. I'm going to pull this back out to show you the best gift ever. If you watch the amazing Helen D here on YouTube, I'll put a link below, but if you watch the amazing Helen D, she is the queen of finishing. She is my inspiration. She is everything I want to be. I'm not that good, but she is so inspiring with her finishing. So if you like to finish stuff, get a point driver. Especially if you use thrifted frames, get a point driver. I've wanted one for like over 2 years. And it's just been like a thing that I like quietly. I'm like, someday I'm going to get a point driver. Or I'd be finishing something and be like, you know what would make this so much better? A point driver. And I just kind of wouldn't voice that. And then I mentioned to my sister, I was like, oh, for my birthday, maybe. Because she's always asking me like, what do you want? I was like, oh, maybe a point driver. And she's like, what in the world is that? I was like, oh, right. I haven't told anyone that I've been pining for this thing. She just bought me one on a random Tuesday. I was like, here you go. It was 20 bucks. I think maybe it was 30 bucks. It was 30 bucks. Life-changing. Life-changing. All frames are now up for grabs. Like, I would before be like, oh, crap, the backs are kind of crap on this frame. It's, you know, it's been put together with nails instead of little foldy things. And the nails are going to be really hard. Like, once they fall out, there's nothing to do. And so I would just like discard that frame as an option. So many options are now open to me because a point driver is life-changing. Helen D, go follow her. Be inspired. She's awesome. Okay, I was putting this back in the bag, but it's not going there now. That's my friend, my best friend Devin. She will be like, have you seen how Helen D finishes her, you know, little pillows? And I'll be like, yes, and I'm devastated. Like, you know, like that's our, like, I don't want to say like person we shit talk because that's not the right thing. She's like both of our like, God, she's so amazing. How dare she? Like, you know what I mean? Like that kind of thing. Because she truly is. She's very cool. All right. Let's do whips. I haven't seen you guys in over a month. And so I am very yucky. And you're just going to have to bear with me. Because I've missed doing this. This is one of my favorite things to do. I don't get to show off my work. Except at my home where it's like on walls. And like if people notice, I get to talk about it. But here I get to just yak. All right. Whips. Wheeps. Wheeps. This is Plants and Petrichor by Fine Frog Stitching. And I started this for Mania this year. My Mini Mania. I did I did a few new starts for Mini Mania. And there's where I was. I feel like I always point to the wrong side. I think it's this side is where things go. And here is where I am. So it is a little hard to see on this fabric, but I have almost got the entire window filled in. I have almost got that entire gray skies filled in. I don't think that's showing up as nicely on this blue purple because it already kind of looks like stormy skies. But I think once I get the last little bit down there at the bottom filled in with the green shrubbery, it'll look a little more complete. I've started on some shelves. And I think that is looking so pretty on this fabric. I think those greens and reds really, and yellows especially, really pop against this purple. This is 28 count Gothic by Picture This Plus. And it is so pretty. I've wanted to use this fabric for a long time. So this is so pretty. How far am I on this? I'm pretty far because a good chunk of it is that window. I'm almost 50% done. I am 44% done. Which is amazing considering I have only done one shelf. But a lot of it is the stitching packed into that window. So, I am really, really loving this. It is so pretty to work on. It is a lot of, like confetti stitching. It feels like you're like constantly working on like 2 or 3 dots of color and then 2 or 3 dots of color over here. But it is, the effect it gives is really worth it. So I approve. Oh my gosh, I feel like such a mess today. I'm just piddling. Oh wait! I didn't mean for that to sound that dramatic, but oh wait! I completely forgot. I have a just a finish, not a fully finished. So I am finishing up, I finished up Hocus Pocus by the Prairie Schooler. And the first thing you'll notice is that mine is in pieces. I had to do a little bit of measuring and testing and cutting to make sure I could get all of them on this piece of fabric. But I have finished up all of these little cards, and I'm going to be finishing them as ornaments. So I got them. I needed to make sure I had enough finishing space to get them on the little cards. So I cut off the first row so that I could get on the very, very bottom of the fabric the last two cards. And I had just enough fabric. I was sure I didn't have fabric. That's why I was like, cut first. Cut the margins that you need and then see if you can make what's left work. And gosh darn did I. So all 11 cards are complete and stitched, and they look so pretty. They are so cute. I love this vintage Halloween aesthetic. I'm super into it. So I'll kind of give a close-up of each of these. I love that crow with the key. That's my favorite one. Although I do like the sun and moon above the hourglass. Super cute. So I will get these. Anything that requires this much work, I'm slow to finish. But I should have all the materials for this. So my plan, the one thing I don't have is I need to get some cord that is like black and orange or brown and orange to like match. But my plan is to finish each of these as a little card on some foam board. And then back it with a piece of maybe cardstock with fabric, with some vintage fabric. And then put them on a cord like a garland for around my cubicle at work for the Halloween season. Now this is 11, so it's going to be very short, but I already have plans, obviously not right away because I just finished these and they took a while. I already have plans though to do Boo Moon, also by Prairie Schooler. Very similar aesthetic. And it has a couple of extras as well. So I think there are at least 6 or 8 more things I could add. And that also makes me not want to finish this right away because I want to like maybe intersperse them because I think the Boo Moon ones might be a little bigger. So I might want to like stagger them or mix them up a little bit to not be so all these little ones, all these big ones. You know what I mean? So I will see how I feel like finishing these, but all the stitching is done. They are complete. Some of them are cut. And it was a lovely stitch. This was stitched on, oh, I think it was 32 count. Hang on, let me go back. EFGH Hocus. This was stitched on 32 count Dragon's Lair Lugana from BeStitchMe. I got it in a stitch box, so I'm not positive if that colorway can be found again, but it looks fantastic with that brown and orange palette. So I love that. Okay. That was so dramatic. Back to whips. I am all over it. I usually am a little bit more organized than this. A little bit. My next whip is Take This by, oh, I gotta look. She's a new one for me. Borealis Stitch on Etsy. They have some awesome pop culture and video gaming patterns. And this is a Legend of Zelda pattern. And there's where I was, somewhere in there. I talked about it. Here's where I am. I am almost done. I think I'm about maybe 75% of the way done. So I've got this entire bottom motif done. Started on the top. I did have to replace the color for the small text. It was this color down here. My nails are terrible right now. I don't have my nails on. It was this like kind of, it blended in too much. It was kind of hard to read. So I decided to change it for the darker brown so that it would stand out on this. Like this is 14 count Taupe Stone Aida, and it just blended in a little too much. But I'm in love with that heart. Look how much dimension that heart has. Like, this is going to be so pretty. The font for Dangerous is so pretty. I am in love with that. I think it's probably going to go up in here, but it might go up in our gaming room too. I don't know. I just love it. I love Legend of Zelda games. They are so cool. And so this fit perfectly. I really like how it looks on the black fabrics you recommend, but I also really like that this is going to look kind of like a stone tablet. I think that is very cool. And the dimension in that heart is just, again, I am just in love. I am, I think I said 75%. This was another Mania start. 82%. I lied. 82% done. And it is so pretty. I can't remember if the last time I recorded I had this page done, but this is my page. I make a page for all my things in my stitching journal. This is my page for The Legend of Zelda. I definitely wanted to get the 8-bit Zelda. That's what I started playing in the like Oracle of Seasons games on the Game Boy. So I wanted to get that in there. The little kokiri. That's the term for them. My brain is dead, so don't come for me. And this awesome link from a Nintendo magazine had to be on the back. So very cool. I enjoy making pages. It's like combining my two favorite hobbies, is paper crafts and stitching. What is in this? I just realized I had another finish and I just left it upstairs. It'll have to be for next time. I had another finish. I was killing it. Killing it. This is a new start. I'll hold on to that one. Yeah. How about this one? What's in here? It's magical when you get to look. Okay. So this is Mushrooms and Toadstools by Owl Forest Embroidery. This was their free sale last year for 2024. So they give the pattern for free, and then, you know, you purchase the threads and fabric through them is like the idea, which I did. I'm doing it on called for threads and fabric. They did a really cool printed fabric. And there's where I was. I think I had just gotten down in the Toadstools section. I think is where I was. All right, so I'm going to hold this back and I'll probably fold it in half. Here's where I'm at. It's so good. So I have no idea where I stopped. Maybe in this border. But either way, I'm down in the Toadstool section now. All right, let me fold it. So I'm down here in the Toadstool section, and I've got all these from the right-hand side done. Started on the, actually, I got Toadstools that are done. Got that written in. I need to do the bottom border. There's a big toad with a frog, a big mushroom with a toad in the middle of it. And I love it so much. I love that frog. And there's a snail on this one. And I love snails. So this is right up my alley. When I finish this, this is going into my office. So this is going to be on the wall behind my desk so that when I take, I don't do a ton of Zoom meetings, but I do enough of them that when I turn my camera on and there's just a barren wall and it looks like we're under construction behind me, it bothers me. But our building has not put up any art. Like, you know, an office will put up something. No, we just have bare walls everywhere. And I hate bare walls. No, this killing me. Killing me. So I hate bare walls. So I'm going to start filling it with stuff. So I'm going to get this stitched up and it's going to be the first thing on the wall behind me. The wall is like a kind of a gray blue color. And so I think these very earthy colors will look really nice on it. And this neutral fabric will look really nice on it. So I might have to get this framed. It's an awkward size. It's like long and kind of narrow. And if I'm taking it in to the office, I might want it like nicely. I think I do a great job framing though. I think I do a great job framing. Where's the back? Here's the back. All my frames in my house look fantastic. So maybe I'll give it the attempt. But finding a thrift store frame of that dimension might be pretty tough. So we'll see. I feel like you're getting rubbed weird. Go in here. Be safe. All right. Okay, there's only one whip left. What could it be? This is Goblin Market by Patricia Andrell. Oh yeah. This is Goblin Market by Patricia Andrell. This is where I was. And this is where I'm at. And I have no idea where I was last time. And this is where I'm at. I had to pause to put my little sticker on. So I think the last time, let's see here if I can remember where I was. Oh, hang on, let me move my sticker so it's not covering his little feeties. I think maybe I didn't have the feet done. Maybe I wasn't quite there. So I think I got these all done. I got the back stitching on the grapes, which was so much back stitching. I got all the fringe on the tablecloth done. And I got this basket of apples all done. I think the apples, nope, even got the back stitching done on those. I'm kicking ass. So I got a little bit started on this and I got started on the bottom border. So pretty damn good progress. Pretty darn good progress. This is, I think this is, it's not my largest piece, but it is a large one and it has so much back stitching and detail that like every element that I finish, I have to stop and do the back stitching on because I will get overwhelmed. So it's coming. He is so gosh darn cute though. I am stitching this for my sister who loves goblins and little creepy creatures, but also fantasy and all that. So she is super excited for it. And she's always saying, I stitch all this stuff for other people. And I'm like, I stitch a lot for you. It's just the stuff I stitch for her tends to be bigger pieces. So they're slow. I am a slow person. I really like that. It is a very, it's like a very 90s pattern, but I like that. It's so vintagey. It's so cute. I love that. Okay. So there are all my whips and finishes. So I have 2 new starts. I definitely, with all the stuff I've finished lately, I'm definitely going to be starting some more stuff. I just need to like sit down, get stuff kitted up, organize my thoughts. My boss, well, he's actually my ex-boss. He used to be my boss, will be retiring at the end of this year. And he always comments that he wants a piece of cross stitch. So I guess since he's retiring, I better get my butt together to get him one. So I'm going to be doing something for him. I still need to decide what and like see if I have the materials and everything for that. But I will be doing that. And that'll probably be something more traditional. He has commented that he loves cross stitch because his grandmother did it and he has her pieces. And so he would like a piece. So I'm thinking it's probably something a little more traditional. I'm going to give him some options, let him pick, you know, what he wants for his house, I assume. And we'll go from there. So that's on the horizon. I know of a couple other things that I've like got the fabric for. Basically, it's all ready. I just need to make space in my rotation. I can't have 400 whips. It's just not in my blood. It's not in my nature to do that. So I'll get started. That I've now freed up a bunch of stuff. I'll get some other stuff started that I've been like meaning to start. Speaking of freeing stuff up, this is a new start that is almost done. This is Spring Spirit by Sprouting Lupine. I actually got it in I think a Stitchy Goodness scene. And now she has a whole set of 4 of these. Ooh, I could have stood to iron this. Hope you like wrinkles. But I just already had the one. It's been on my list forever to do. And so this is where I'm at. It's basically done except for there's some beading in it. And so I need to do the beading. I picked up the beads, I think last weekend. And I just need to sit down and finish it up. It is just a little small. I think it had maybe 2,000 stitches, maybe 2,300. Nothing crazy. I'm just stitching this on 14 count oatmeal Aida that I just had in stash from, it's kind of crunchy Aida from when I maybe even first started stitching. The one bad thing is I didn't think the antlers were standing out enough, so I just back stitched around them just to make them stand out from the Aida a little bit, and I think that did the trick. I think it's enough. I think it did enough. I don't think they need to be crazy standout. But yeah, it is so cute. It is such a pretty spring piece. Of course, I started in the middle of summer. Spring was just finishing. I never stitch ahead. I'm always stitching behind. What? Sure. But yeah, I love this piece. It is so cute. I might do the other seasons, but I might not. I don't know. I'm going to see how I feel. They might just sit in my, stash for a million years like this one did. All right. Other new start that I put over. I was like, there's another one around here somewhere. I feel like I'm going crazy. This is, hang on. I can show you. This is my page for Spring Spirit. I got this awesome card at a junk store that had like an artist showcase. And I grabbed a bunch of these cool cards. And I just made it into a tag and, filled out the page a little bit more. And then the back is antlers and beautiful flowers. Just feels very appropriate for that beautiful spring piece. So this one is a Spooky Nights Owl by Tiny Modernist. I love Tiny Modernist. I'll put out what's currently, I think she's up to part 6 of the Sal. So I'll put that over here. I am not stitching it as the complete piece. I'm actually going to finish each of these little sections as a pillow. A little like, you know, the type of thing you fill a bowl with. I've been really wanting more of these. This seemed like a perfect opportunity. It's Tiny Modernist, who is one of my absolute favorite designers. The queen of like cottagecore. And it's spooky and it's Halloweeny and I love it. So here's where I'm at. As you can see, I'm leaving border for doing pillows. So I have the little witch and she is completely done. And this vase and flowers. This was the first piece released and I knew immediately that I wanted it. Something about this peach, orange, purple combo. Just like, it was like electric. Like I was like, oh, I gotta have that. Just something about those colors just really spoke to me. And then I am part of the way through the haunted house. So each of these will be finished as a little pillow. I was at Michael's recently and just on their Halloween, they had the like pom-pom border ribbon and I just bought them out. I was like, you know, 6 things of black, 2 things of orange and 1 thing of purple. And I will be, you know, they will be how I finish this. So I'm going to do a little pom-pom border. And again, find like a vintage Halloween backing fabric and finish them up as little pillows, little bowl filler pillows. And I like that they're all different shapes and sizes. The like, there's a couple, I'll put it back up here, that are like L-shaped. And I think I can either fill it in with a small motif that's, you know, like a little flower or a moon or something very simple to just square it up to make a pillow. Or maybe I'll finish those differently. I'm not positive. I will not probably have an L-shaped pillow, but I think I can make it work. I knew there were going to be ones that shape, so I wasn't like, it doesn't like shock me. I am stitching this on 28 count Mushroom Lugana by Atomic Ranch. I got this on a trip to the Village Sampler down in Charleston, which was absolutely awesome. That store is, if you are in the tri-state region, even further, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Western Pennsylvania, Western Maryland, or Virginia or West Virginia, you got to go to the Village Sampler. It is so awesome. They are so kind. They are so helpful. They are hilarious. And they're like, there's a bar in the bottom. So they're like, you can literally stay all day. You can get the bar, will deliver food up to us. And, you know, you can just park it and stay all day. And it was so welcoming and wonderful. And they helped me pick my fabric. And I couldn't figure out the sizing. So they're like, well, we can calculate. And I'm like, do you think this will be enough? And they're like, sure. I was like, just do that. Just cut me a big stripe and that'll be enough. I'll figure it out. So I think this is a quarter, a fat quarter or something like that. I can't remember. I had gift cards. I had lots of gift cards. Basically, I had hoarded every $20 gift card that anybody gave me for like 2 years. And I had like a $100 gift card from a birthday. I spent it all. And then some. But that's where I want to spend my money. Like, give me gift cards so I can go to the Village Sampler and buy fabric. I'm so happy. So I'm stitching this with the called for overdyed threads. So some Weeks dye work, some Gentle Arts. And then obviously I picked my own fabric, which I'm in love with. At first I wasn't sold on it. I was pulling stuff out of bins. I was looking at it. And I was like, I think this is the best I can find. And they're like, well, if you're not happy with it, it's not the best you can find. There's literally bins you haven't pulled out yet. I'm like, let me get all the floss together. So I got all the floss together and I got it out and I've got 2 ladies and my friend Devin and we're all just like, And finally I was like, I think this is what I want. And they're like, okay, if that's what you want. I cut it took it home, immediately had a crisis where it wasn't what I wanted. I kept trying to pull up. Instagram is the stupidest app on this earth, and it's getting worse. I love it. I love it because that's where all my cross stitch people are. I have my feed fine-tuned to just show me that, other than their ads are getting really bad. But or their recommended videos is what's getting really bad. But I had seen somebody's start on like a silvery opalescent fabric. And I was like, ooh, maybe I want something like that. Maybe I want something in that direction. And I was trying to pull it up. And I was searching for Tiny Modernist Sal, Tiny Modernist Halloween Sal, Tiny Modernist 2025 Sal, Halloween Sal in general, Halloween 2025, Cross Stitch 2025, Cross Stitch Halloween. I'm looking everywhere for this thing. Could not find it. Could not find it. I'm like, well, they must not have tagged it. You know, they must not have put their tags in to where it's findable. Like 2 days later, it just organically came across the feed because it was someone I followed. It was like a mutual. There it is. And I'm like, there it is. I go look back. It's tagged perfectly. It is like, it should have come up on, it was 100% tagged like Tiny Modernist Halloween, Tiny Modernist Halloween Sal. Like everything I had searched, it was 100% tagged. It never came up. And I'm scrolling. And so that was the only reason I was like, is this the fabric I want? That's why the only reason I was indecisive. Because I was like trying to describe this and I kind of had an idea and I couldn't quite remember. And I'm like, don't ask me to make a visual picture with my words. I can't. I'm bad at that crap. So, especially if I kind of don't remember it. But now that picture is seared in my brain because it was stupid. Instagram was being stupid. But I love this. I'm so happy with it. I'm so happy with like the murky greenness with this purple and then the green as well and the orange. It's so pretty. It's going to make perfect little pillows. Yeah, I love it. So obviously as the pieces come out, I will get further and further behind. But I enjoy stitching on this quite a lot. The overdyed threads are really, really pretty. Especially like the purples in that haunted house are so pretty. They're just so pretty. Yeah. So that is everything. I feel like I have just been stitching up a storm lately. I did a lot of finishing work in the last like week and then a little bit today. So, I mean, I feel like I am accomplished. I feel like I have just projects, which you know means as soon as you open space for projects, you've got space to start new stuff. So, I need to find something for my boss's retirement. I need to find... I have one that I've been wanting to start. I've got the fabric and everything that I just needed to find room in my rotation for. And then I also want to keep up doing smalls. So as soon as I finish Spring Spirit, I'm going to put another small in. I feel like I finished up Hocus Pocus. Like, gosh darn. I am killing it. Oh, hang on. You got to see this. This is my page for a spooky night. And how cute is it? This is a Halloween party invitation. And you cannot tell me that those colors are not perfect. Absolutely perfect. You cannot tell me. And then the other side... It's so cute. Look at that ghost with his eye holes cut out. The sheet ghost. I love a sheet ghost. Very pleased with how that one came out. So I will have hopefully more finishes next time. I hope you are also are just killing it. I hope life is just moving and cruising and not being dramatic and horrible, which is kind of my last month, but we're through that. Everything is going to be better on the other side, right? I hope you're getting some stitching done. I hope you're enjoying the last vestiges of summer. I hope you're getting ready for spooky season. And I hope good things are coming your way. Have a wonderful August. I'll see you next time. Have a wonderful day. Bye.